Hello! And incredible greetings. I'm going to eat my button cake. I needed some sugar in my system. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. How art thou? And then now I need to go over here and go over to the book face. Oh my God, I just realized that. I'm hoping, watch, it's going to be just my luck that the screenshot that it posts is me doing this with that button cake. Watch. Watch. That is going to be the screenshot. Watch. I just know it is. It's going to do me so dirty. It is going to do me so dirty. Watch. And I'm about to do it again because I need sweets. So I know it's going to do it again. That's kind of why I put that there too. So I can hide the fact that I'm stuffing my face. It looks like I'm sneezing. Thank you, LaShonda. Thanks. Yeah, I figured as much. Great, and great again. Like, that is so jacked up. Is how I look. That's so messed up. Thanks, LaShonda. Appreciate you, friend. Thanks. I knew it was gonna make me look crazy. I just knew it. Because I was lazy. I didn't do a thumbnail. I should have known better. It never fails. Other people, it catches them like a little cute stuff. Me, it always catches me looking absolutely busted. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's okay though. All right. It does not take away from the fact of what we are here to do today. Well, at least this one, it has me looking down. I'm about to share it in a group. And at least it has me looking down. All right, let me just share this out. All right, so let's get into it. Now, today I really am going to stick to 30 minutes. I'm just waiting for someone, the little person, to put him to bed. So we're going to go bam and then start. All right, so the timer has started. Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. Welcome to a lovely little world here. I am Shakia, the professor. Our company is HS Inc. 365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best sublimation paper and ink that allow you to create amazing things like this. Look at the blacken over here. At 365 degrees, 30 seconds on that, or like my shirt. This is a gray shirt. Beautiful colors. with our summation paper. Um, amazing results. We dared to defy the status quo and the norm of 400 degrees, 60 seconds, and put out a product that we advertised. Originally, when we first dropped it, it was like 360 for 25 seconds. I can do that with my Hotronix, but the average person couldn't, and they were like experiencing some issues. But 365, 30 seconds is that like little sweet spot. Some people do 40 seconds. But it is an amazing product. So go ahead and check it out on our website, shop.hs8365.com. We are also the home of the of Sillaholics Anonymous 365 Creative Academy. That's where we teach you a wide variety of creative things, everything from designing in Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Canva. We have the Creative Lounge. Actually, just got out of a session with our Creative Lounge members. We meet every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on topics to help you with your personal and professional development, become more comfortable, get out of your comfort zone, just kind of have those things that make you go moments in the program. So if you are a creative who is looking to kind of have somebody that'll be on you like white on rice, okay? Like I was told that I have a reputation of being a I'm gonna say being passionate. I like that word better. But they said I'm always like riled up. Somebody says I'm always complaining about something. I don't think I complain about anything. I just kind of go and just kind of have conversations, and it just looks very animated sometimes. But my heart is always in the right place to help and be of service to others and share my experience, my expertise, what has worked, just my experience and what has worked for me, what hasn't. And most people can always take away something from it and apply it to their life. So we do that. We have classes for memorial designing, party favors, text effects, just a wide variety of things. You name it, we probably did a class. We have phone board classes, all sorts of things. All right. So definitely check that out, 365creativeacademy.com. I do these sessions to help you in real time. This is a part of just my business model. And as much as everybody that I have paid, as far as coaches and consultants and this, that, and the third, they have told me time and time again to cut this part out. Don't answer questions. Don't give you guys access to me and my expertise for free. And yeah, I'm a little hard-headed when it comes to that part, because this is the part of my business that it makes doing the boring stuff worthwhile. In the fact that I'm able to freely do this. This is where I find joy at, as long as you guys are actually asking questions. I do get a little antsy because it's so me. I paid a lot of money for people to tell me to stop doing this. And I'm like, no, the people need, they want this, they need this. Not everybody can pay for a class, but I want them to be great. And then we get here and there are no questions. Then I feel like, yeah, they were right. And I need to stop doing this, but I keep coming back. I'm a glutton for punishment because I keep coming back. But I'm always hoping that, hey, I'm on here, even if it's just to help one person figure something out design-wise. If it's like, yo, this file is driving me crazy, I'm trying to print it, it's not doing this, and I can walk you through whatever that process is. I'm trying to do this in Canva, I can't do that. I'm trying to get this to do this in Silhouette, it's not doing it in Photoshop, whatever. Hey, I want to learn to or expand into da-da-da-da. Do you have any tips for me? I come on here for those types of questions. So with that being said, the chat is open. This is not real. If somebody got to bring something up, I'm a talker. I can talk about any and everything, literally for 30 minutes straight. I can talk about it as long as I have a topic to talk about. But I don't like to do that. I like to, unless something comes up and, like I said, I'll talk about it. But I like to be able to help you. If I'm going to talk for 30 minutes, I want to know that it is helpful for at least one or two people specifically. So I do this as a live Q&A where you are able to get expert help from somebody who is a subject matter expert and a true professional in their field. And it's costing you nothing more than a like, a comment, a share, a comment, a like, a share, a comment, and a subscribe. There we go. No, I didn't say on. I was actually looking at something, so it took me a minute to actually close out. But no, it closed out. I normally close it right away. I got distracted because I was looking at something on my phone. We were done. We were done. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Hey, hey, hey. I have this need to teach. So although we had a really, really great session, and I'm hoping I pray that it was enlightening and helpful for many of as many of people that were in attendance for the actual live session. I can't go to bed unless I teach something. And today I was doing a lot of prep for today that, y'all know what I said about, my prep for today. So I was doing that and I wasn't able to be live at all today. I wasn't even really in groups answering questions and helping people today. So I feel not quite, well, I'm going to say I don't feel fulfilled because I feel like the session that we had was really, really, really good and really powerful. But y'all know how I feel about questions. And I cannot go to bed unless I'm answering at least a few questions. So the floor is open for whatever questions you have. And y'all may not like this. Well, not about to say that because Creative Lounge was not about designing so you guys can't ask a question. So no, I was going to say, if you're in a Creative Lounge and you're on here, you cannot ask me a question because you just was in the opportunity to ask me a question, but that was on a specific topic. So if you have questions outside of that, you're more than welcome to ask those questions. All right. So far, I'm wasting money because, my business consultants told me to stop doing this. That y'all really don't want this. This ain't what y'all asking for. Y'all want to see just some stuff made and just, so. Can you show me how to change Clorox white bottle container to black and white and gray? I trace it and failed. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, can you tell me what is it that you're trying to do with it? So maybe we can start there. What are you trying to do with it? And what did you do? So I actually have a thing of Clorox. So did you take this off and scale it? Are you trying to make specific parts? I need to know exactly what it is you're trying to do. I hate I had to drop from the Zoom. It's my B-Day. Wait. Oh, baby daddy? I'm guessing. It's my B-Day birthday. Baby daddy birthday? If we get a group chat, I wanted to ask, how do you attract the audience that you want, not what you need? So I did kind of talk about that. So in the class where I talked a little bit about who are you, where are you? Because if you ask how you attracted me, and I did read that and I did kind of go over. So when the playback is up, I did address that in the session. Oh, your best friend. Okay. Your best friend. All right. But in a nutshell, it is, how do you present yourself to, how are you showing up? How do you present yourself? How confident are you? For somebody like me, to buy, like, you got to be confident. Like I don't do well with shopping with people who are not confident in, what it is that they're offering. If you can't express to me what it is that you're offering and the value of it, I'm not going to buy into it. So it's also getting out there, not relying on social media, putting yourself in the places for the ideal customer. We talked about it in there as far as like price points where you can, I think right after that, I made the example of everybody can have the same exact DTF transfer, same exact Fruit of the Loom shirt. And depending on where you're selling and marketing at, you can put a certain price point on it. So if you want to change who you are marketing, you have to change where you're marketing at. My sister's bathrooms are the colors mentioned. I found an image on Google and I traced it. I want to change the colors to match her I'm sorry. Okay, wait. Okay, wait, hold on. We're tracing it to do, okay, so you mean like this, or do you mean like the spray? Does her spray just sit out? Because I'm not understanding why we're trying to decorate this to match a bathroom. Is it like sitting out somewhere? I will say you cannot just trace this and then just make it like black and white and gray, especially if you're wanting specific areas. That's just not going to work. You cannot trace like areas like this. So the parts that you might be able to is like the actual Clorox like logo, because that's solid red, solid yellow, blue, and then like the white. So you may be able to like trace that and change that color. Maybe even like this part here and trace, but there's a lot going on, and there's like work. You're never going to be able to just trace this and change the colors. This is something that most time when people are doing, especially they make it for a tumbler, they are really recreating this or like cutting down parts, shrinking it down, like to make it fit. But this ain't something you just going to trace and be able to just change parts of it, because this is not a vector. When we are tracing something to turn it into a vector. Any of the areas that are raster and like this part where it's like a mix of colors, you're not going to be able to do that. When it comes to the words and things like that, I mean, those are solid enough, but then it's mixed with all these things. Like look at all of the detailing here. You're not going to be able to trace that. Some things we're trying to do, and although like in our mind we think that everything can be altered, it cannot, unfortunately. So what you're trying to do, you may have spent a lot of time trying to do it, and it just simply can't be done if you're trying to change all of the elements there. If you want it to just be black and white or like just grayscale, you just remove all the color from it. So if you wanted to do that, I would recommend making it like you making it a totally different design. Don't try to redo like the Clorox and have it be this specialized label. You're not going to be able to do that and just change certain things. That's like make it where it's just a design and maybe get just the Clorox label and you can trace that out and make that whatever color. But as far as all the rest of it, I mean, we know what Clorox is. So I wouldn't, try and make it where it's their logo so that someone doesn't confuse it and like drink it or whatever. Like it is Clorox spray. If it's the spray, if it's the white, what did you say, wipes or the spray? Because you said Clorox or wipes bottle. So yeah, if it's just this, then just make a generic design and put it on there. Like it doesn't have to be the Clorox, like you're not reselling it and things like that. It doesn't need to have all the instructions and, directions to use and what you can use it for. Like they know what it's for. So just make it a black, white, and gray design and just wrap it. But tracing it is not going to work. And it's rare that you're gonna find that flat also. So it still probably wouldn't wrap. I don't think I've ever seen like that type of label flat on line. So Clorox. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it like flat. It's like just looking at the front of a Clorox wipe and like the bottle, and you're not going to be able to trace that to like isolate all of those raster type areas. Yeah. And if you did like trace it, you would literally have to do it piece by piece by piece by piece, because there's so many different colors, so many different rastered bitmap type areas in there. So that would take quite a bit. I'm trying to pull it up over here. I'm gonna pull this screen over here. Anyone else have questions? Oh, wait, you guys don't see the screen. All the writing on here is too small. So is this pretty much what you were getting? Like no matter what you did, trying to go down, go up, it's not going to remember. So it's colorblind. So it's not going to pick up on, individual colors. By the time you go up, it's picking up on all the other colors around it. So it's just not something that you're going to be able to really do. Now, if it was where I'm going to go ahead and try and isolate just this area, or this might be one of the times where you may want to try trace by color. Oh, see, even then it's going to fill all that in. It's just not going to. One, the blue is darker than the red, so it's going to capture that before it even gets to the red. So this is just not something, unless you're going to manually trace it. This is one of those tasks where it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. See, even when I put all areas for that, it's not going to pick up that part. We did, but that's because they came like that. Skittles already has that. I didn't actually, where is that? I just had that. I just folded that up, the one that I have on a blue rag. So here it is right here. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Where are we? There we go. You are very much so correct. But I didn't create these. These are actual brand, like these are actual packets of Skittles. I didn't change any of these colors. All right. No one, I had 30 minutes, but if no one else has questions, we're going to end this right now instead of waiting another 11 minutes. Just to kind of sit here and for y'all to look at me and I look at y'all, and well, not really look at y'all, look at y'all names, or those names are there, or look at them for people that are watching. Yeah, we'll just hop off if no one else has any questions. But I do thank you for your question, because I mean, those are the questions that I encourage you guys to ask, because the last thing that I want you to do is feel like something is wrong with you. Like, oh, why can't I figure this out? I know that this should be done. And then it's like you were changing that off of something that I did not change. These are, these all came like this. I just searched for them online. So this is where sessions like this, or going into our group and asking these type of questions, it's not a silly question. It will, asking that question and getting the right answer will keep you from spending countless amount of time like on a task that just simply cannot be done. Like then I can break it down and explain why that can't be, done, and give an alternative to it. So like I said, with that one, as far as like wrapping it, just get a design that's in that, like even like, I mean, you can probably look for just the Clorox logo by itself, not on the wipes, because of course they have other things that are Clorox. Just look for the Clorox logo and you would be able to like alter the colors of that. Maybe even do like multiple traces to isolate like all of it until you can fill it and basically turn it into a vector. But that has too much going on for you to ever do that. But if you guys don't ask questions like that, then you're going to spend time like just going over it, trying to keep tracing it, moving it, and it's never going to happen. And the only thing that's going to happen at the end of that is you're going to feel inadequate, like something is wrong, like there's something wrong with you, like why can't I do this, instead of getting the information that it's something that just cannot be done. Hello, incredible greetings, welcome. I had a 30-minute session. Well, we were having a 30-minute quick help session where you were able to ask me any questions that you would like. I was about to get off, but if you have any questions, please let me know. I was so proud and told her I can do it. I said I would wait and ask the professor. Yeah, this is where, like, it's important to just understand images, the difference between a vector, a raster. If you go through like the Essential Silhouette Studio training and you go to tracing, like all of that is broken down. If there is a question on whether or not you can trace something, I literally have there's no like type of tracing that I like didn't touch on in the tracing part of Essential Silhouette Studio. We went through the little color guide and I showed like, okay, when you're tracing, you cannot control what it picks up. I had a whole section where I said, these you can trace to vectorize and have it where you can fill in the sections. Things like this, all you can do is trace and detach. I explained why. So the Essential Silhouette Studio is meant to be the ultimate video reference guide for you to go back when you have questions. So your questions about tracing, okay, let me go back through tracing. Let me go back through my notes. Maybe I need to revisit tracing to just remind myself and refresh myself on what can be traced. And when it's like this, the only thing that we can do is trace and detach because it's a rastered image. Well, raster, like you can have a like the logo can be in it, that would just be rastered just to like flatten it, but it's like it just has too much graphics and detail to ever trace it. And then with the darker colors, and when we go over understanding how trace works, that you can't isolate or separate the colors. The way that blue was, is too much going on. When I tried to click it to trace it, it didn't pick up everything. So those are things that are, you need to take notes on that and really, really like study about like designs and like how they work. But yeah, unfortunately, that is something that you won't be. So you can proud. Like, again, I don't really think like now it might be like overstepping. I know we want to craft a lot of things, but everything doesn't need to be changed. So if we do want to like customize, like we are able to do in everything. I'm just going to keep going back to that. Like you can still do it. It doesn't need to say Clorox wipes. Like I think people will be more impressed and they'll look at that and be like, oh my God, like, wait, how did you like, like with wrapping it, especially you have, this is not sticker paper. Well, what they have on here is not sticker paper. It is more of, it's a gloss type paper. So even if you're putting it on like photo paper and this is just double-sided tape that's here. So did you need to go and wrap this with a sticker sheet? No. Also, when it comes to like your design, you are going to need to measure this. I would recommend taking this off because you don't have to worry about doing a measurement and going around it. Like at this point, you would be able to measure this as is. You can even lay this down on a, depending on what type of printer you have, the scanner bed, and have the exact size. And you just want to put your design within the middle of this. Note where there is, like you can learn a lot from just looking at the things that are already made. They're professional. They did this already. So as you can see, to make sure that it lines up, part of this part of the design is over here. So that way, when it's on here, it's supposed to look seamless. It's not to say that you would have to do that if you were making a custom one of it, but just know that in order for this to go on it, like it has to overlap. So if you're going to put someone's picture on something, don't make it go to where it's going to go inside of that flap. But you will need to have the measurements. Like this is one of those things where you come on and say, hey, did somebody have the measurements for a Clorox? Like people don't like when someone says that, but this is where we just take it off. It's very easy to take off. Or if you can't take it off, you're going to end up measuring it and getting, because this is at the end of the day, a rectangle with a design in the middle. Find out, like, what does she like? What is she into? Is it butterflies? Is it flowers? Is it like being dainty? Is it diamond denim? Is it diamonds and pearls? Is it, like whatever it is, you can. That's on crooked. You can create her, like you can still have your proud moment and create something very unique, very personal, something that it's not Clorox. It's for her. It's based off of what she likes, and no one else anywhere will ever have that. Like that's something that I would recommend that, you create. And then of course, so that you don't have to do it every single time, this is when they would just take that part off and then take a new roll and put it in there so it has your beautiful design on it. So don't give up. You can still do it. You just cannot, and you should not do the Clorox design. Like this is a bunch of layers and things of that nature, okay? So I know, don't beat yourself up. You asked a question before you wasted time, and I want you to create something amazing to go on there, okay? Oh, they even have the old school Clorox label without like all the colors, and this would be really easy to trace. And then for disinfectant wipes, just type that out. Oh, that was actually a true PNG. So let me go over here. We have to save this. It will take multiple traces because the middle part is darker. So my first trace would be here to get that part. Oh, wrong way. I wanted to go up just a little bit. Why are you moving? Okay. So we're going to go trace on that one. And then it will take a secondary trace. Not all traces will be a single trace. And then we're going to take, wait a minute. Got to go up a little bit more here. And that's going to give me everything else. And we're going to trace. All right, so we're going to release compound path. This essentially becomes the red part. This is, I'm going to make it just white for now. And we're going to take the word Clorox, make it a compound path. We'll make that white. And then we're going to send this to the back. And now we have this piece right here that becomes black. So according to your colors, we can go like that, and it becomes black, white, and gray. So you'll be able to do the logo like that and then add a different design around it. Okay. So focus on that more than trying to copy the logo, well, the label verbatim. All right. Hello from Australia. So glad to see you doing a live using Silver Studio. You are an amazing teacher, and I learned so much from watching these lives. Oh, thank you, and thank you so much from watching from down under. You are welcome. I mean, I like to make sure that you guys have something that you can learn from the lives, but we just need more people to ask questions. So maybe next time we'll have a little bit more engagement and we'll have more people asking questions so that you guys can learn even more from these live videos. All right. But that concludes tonight's session. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity, be incredible, and visit shop.hsink365.com for the best summation paper ink that allows you to create amazing products like this or like this. Or like this, like this. That matches that coaster. That matches the tumbler. I have my Thundercats Ho can cooler. Look at that, and look at the seam. Yes. Look at that side. My technique cannot be beat when it comes to this. It looks like this was cut and sewn. I know this is in Eastern Studio, but I have a square logo and I need it rounded. In my head, I did crop, subtract all. Then I heard in my head, crop, paste in front, bring down the transparency. Okay. It's a square logo and you needed it rounded. You can't really do that unless you're going to warp it. So not really sure. Like, this is where the group comes in hand, like being having access to whether it's one of our free groups or student union, where you're going to show a picture of it, because I cannot visualize that. Normally for a logo that is square, unless you mean like it had like a square background and you wanted, like it had extra space around it and you wanted to just put it inside of a circle, then yes, you would have to make that circle. Then all you really have to do is crop if you just had a circle. But I would need to see what you were referring to, because all of the steps, because you said, and then you said I ended up using edit points. I'm not sure how edit points made that round. If you could, I would love to be able to see that. I mean, if you got it done, I understand, because you said you had to use edit points. So if you did it, then great. I would love to see the end result of it, but I'm not able to picture that. Like, because to me, like making it round was like, maybe it was square and it just needs like, maybe like for a button or something like that, it needs to go in a circle, and then you just make a circle and you crop. But as far like the Clorox logo, I can't just take that and just turn it into a circle without completely changing the logo. Now, if I wanted it to fill up in a circle, I would have to use my warp and like move it around. But moving edit points doesn't really do anything for me. Like, won't do anything like for that logo. I have purchased the fade bars and would like to know how to add them behind people in images. They're not made for that. Wanting to create a shadow on the ground behind them. So they're not necessarily made for that. Like this, where it's going to contour, because it's just meant to be like that shape. But what you can do, which I'm over my 30 minutes, but you just came in, so we're going to go here. I'm going to take like just this one and we'll do a trace and detach on it. Hopefully it picks up. It's enough color on the bottle to pick up on it from like it's separated from the background. Let's see. Hopefully. Yes, we should be good. We're going to trace and detach. And then we're going to go black fade. Uh-oh, it didn't open. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, so if I wanted this kind of like behind this, I can stretch it. I can go here, right? I can rotate it. I can go over to transform and I can use shear to either pull it up, bring it down. I can make it come out like this. And then I would take my transparency down, bring this to the front, and it looks like there is a shadow. Like it looks like it's casting off a shadow that way. So as a solid area, we can kind of create that, but from like making it look like the shape of it, it won't. So the only other option would be to try and do that through warping. So if we go to warp selected shapes, of course, I'm going to take up my rows and my columns. It's harder to see it. Let me increase my. So here is where that's way too many columns and rows for one. All right, so see how I changed the shape of that? Now it did kind of mess this area up. I need to bring it down so that it still has like the fade, but you'll literally have to like play around with it to change the shape of it. But it's not really meant to be conformed to a shape. But if you just want it to be in the background behind it, this one actually worked out because it kind of sort of looks like the Clorox bottle, but you can do it that way. I used the shadow option in image effects panel, but couldn't work out how to change it to look like it was on the ground behind them. So it's not going to give you this effect. Like, so when you are using the shadow here under image effects, that is a vector shadow. So it will give you, so let's do this. I'm going to go up here. Let's see, is it there? Okay, so this is the exact shape, right? I'm going to go ahead and release shadow. There is really no perspective per se in Silhouette Studio, but like to like make it where it's like it's laying down. So if you end up like shrinking it, also again using the shear tool. Oops. See, that's going to, like, pulling it out like this is what's going to make it lay down. And then you can shrink it down. So it does become the shape of whatever it is, but that's not going to be like this. That is simply going to be a vector shadow. It won't have blurred edges. I'm trying to, let me see real quick here. If I go, I'm just going to go, okay, that's a true PNG. So we're going to go save image as mini. I don't know why I came in here with white, even though the other one was black and white, but okay. All right, trace and detach. Yes, I made a circle and crop, but it took away the circle. I know it has to do with what's on top. So if the whole thing did not fill out a circle, then you need to have two circles. Okay, so here would be mini, and you don't even have to have the shadow feature. So let's say I just did an offset, because either way, it's going to work. And we're going to fill that in with black. And then we just now need to change the perspective on it. And we're going to go over to here. I'm going to go shear, turn this on. Bam. A shadow is nothing more than it being stretched out. And then I'm going to bring it down. So it is her shape. And if we take the transparency down, it's on the ground. So in that same token, to answer your question, Miss Catherine, if you had a circle, and I'm going to purposely cut off her feet. If we were to simply crop this, it's just going to cut off her feet and nothing else is going to be there. You need to have two of these. So we need to have one that's going to be the background. So we're going to just copy, and then we're going to select this, and we're going to crop, and we're going to paste in front, fill that in with white, and send it to the back. And now it looks like she's inside of a circle. So you need to have two. If it does not fill it all the way in, because let's say something like this, and we had that same circle, I don't have to do anything to it because it takes up the whole circle. We're going to crop it and it's going to fill it in. But if it doesn't and there's empty space, you have to still put the circle or shape, whatever it is, behind it. Thank you so much for this info. You have given me a few options to play around with. I'm so glad I was finally able to join one of your lives so I could ask about this. Awesome. That's the reason why I try to do, like, because of the time difference, I don't know like what time. I'm going live at like 10 o'clock in the morning here, but I try to do some evening ones so that other people in different time zones can catch me live. Hey, just say. So I'm just waiting for you to respond back, and then I'm going to hop off. Does that kind of clear that up for you with whatever with the logo that you were trying to put inside of a circle? What you have done with Minnie is sort of the look I'm after. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're amazing. It is 1 p.m. here. It is 1:50. It is 9:59. So yeah, when I'm on at like 10 o'clock in the morning, you guys are probably still asleep. I thought, see, I'm so sorry. I think I answered in my head, but didn't send it back because I was trying to say I don't do weekends. I thought I typed it out. Maybe it went to drafts. If you are available tomorrow, because I think on yours, I'll send it. So if I need to set it, if you're available, I know tomorrow, like morning, that works. Evenings, I have classes, so I don't do the evenings really. Like unless I don't have a class day. Mondays I have a class. Tuesday I have a session for my program that I'm in. So after that, it would be like Wednesday I have a session, so like Thursday or Friday, but I don't do like most times I try not to do like the weekends unless I pre-planned it. Not days in advance, but like weeks in advance. But I will send it if you are available tomorrow. I don't know. I thought I sent it, but yeah, we can go over it. So I will send the Zoom link for tomorrow morning. Send me a specific time. That way, I mean, if you send me a specific time, it just saves on it. I go in there, I schedule it, and hey, we're good to go. Because if not, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to ask you, okay, well, what time? And we're going to go back and forth. So just send me an exact time, and I will schedule the Zoom for that time for tomorrow. Okay. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Peace.